guys, and welcome back to my channel. As promised, I am bringing you guys today some fitness related content, which I actually mentioned to you all on my 2023 reset video where I shared with you some of my goals. I am a personal trainer and also a nutrition coach, so I really want to start giving you guys that valuable content that is really going to help you reach your own fitness goals this 2023. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you 5 mistakes that you may be making if you're trying to lose weight, and also talk to you how we can correct that and help you really get after those goals this new year. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Mistake number 1, which I have seen in many clients that I have coached, is that you are drastically decreasing your caloric intake, which means you are skipping meals, you have slashed the calories that you are intaking throughout the day, and you're just not eating enough. When you're trying to lose weight, you want to make sure that you are eating enough. The reason being is because our bodies need the fuel. Not only do we utilize the calories that we eat for fuel to exercise, but we also need that for day-to-day activities, such as me speaking to you right now throughout this video. I am burning calories when I do that. For your body to just perform basic living functions, for you to breathe, for your cell reproduction, for you to just like walk, all of that. Also, when you are eating, that process of breaking down the food and metabolizing it, your body is also using energy for that. By you drastically decreasing the calories that you are intaking, it's not going to be something that you can maintain for the long run, and it's really going to start affecting your mood, because as we know, when we get hangry, our mood is completely off, our energy is completely off. So you need to make sure that you are eating enough. When you are starting, I suggest that you really start focusing on how many meals you're going to have throughout the day. You can have 6 smaller meals, or you can have 3 meals, 3 larger meals, and 2 smaller meals, 2 snacks, let's say. Whatever the case may be, but really start trying to be consistent with it to see how your body is going to respond. So do not try to slash those calories. The second mistake are not tracking progress. Therefore, when you're not seeing the scale move, you just go ahead and call it quits within like the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so if the scale isn't really moving. So with that being said, there are a couple of ways that you can track your progress. Number 1, I think it's very important for you to take those progress photos. You don't have to share them with anyone else. You can keep this in a separate album in your phone or lock them, whatever the case may be. But go ahead and take those photos to track your progress. The reason being is that at the beginning, when you first take those set of photos, you're not going to feel as comfortable or comfortable at all seeing your body, because you're going to be like, wow, I'm really facing the truth right here where I am, and I'm not happy where I am right now within my body. But I can assure you that if you stay consistent, and 4 weeks in, 8 weeks in, 12 weeks in, when you start comparing those photos, you're going to be so happy that you did. And I cannot tell you how many times, me personally, also clients that have been able to see that progress have just like felt amazing and so motivated and so happy that they actually took those photos. Again, you're not going to feel as happy in the beginning, but just stick with it. I promise you, you're going to be happy that you did. The other way that you can start tracking your progress is by taking measurements. So measurements are also very, very important, because the number on the scale, which we'll dive in just a moment, the number on the scale may be the same. However, your body composition is going to look different. So by you taking measurements of like your waist, your arms, your biceps, your thighs, the widest part of your hips, your calves, your back, like your bust area, those are the main measurements that you want to go ahead and take. And I would suggest evaluating them either every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks so that you can start seeing that progress. Lastly, the other way that you can track progress is not only by the physical changes that you may see, but notice the changes in your sleep. Is your quality of sleep, has it improved? If your quality of sleep has improved, that is a huge win. If you have been able to have more energy throughout the day, that is a huge win. If you just feel ready to run after your kids, ready for you to exercise, all of these different areas are also great where your digestion has improved, there's less bloating. These are all wins and these are all signs that you are making progress. I do suggest for you to give yourself at least 4 weeks where you can evaluate this progress. On top of that, like the number one thing is staying consistent. You are just going into your fitness journey where you're 2 weeks in, you give up, another 2 weeks, you give up. It's going to be really discouraging to see like that you're not making much progress, and that's because you're not being really consistent with it. And that leads me to my next point, which is that you're too focused on the scale. I get it. It's happened to all of us where we see that number, where we see those fluctuations happen from one day to the next. And you're like, dang it, like I am putting all this effort in, but this number, man, it is just not moving. One thing that I want to tell you is that body composition is key here, because you can really like sit at the same weight, the same number, but your body composition can look completely different depending on your strength training, depending on your nutrition as well. It can really make a huge difference, these two factors here. Is wild. There are so many different factors that affect the number on the scale. Factors such as your water intake. If you have been drinking plenty of water, that is mass that's sitting in your body. If your digestion is off and you haven't pooped, that is also going to affect the number on the scale. Let's say that last night you had a late dinner, so that is also going to affect the number on the scale this morning. If you had an intense workout where you have like this pump and everything in your muscles are going to be inflamed, and therefore they are going to be retaining more water as well. So keep those things in mind. If you are getting close to your cycle, close to your period, you are bloated. And so girl, like we have so many hormones that affect us. So this is why, as always, I also tell my clients is, yes, go ahead and take your weight. Let's say at least anywhere from 4 to like 7 days a week. But at the end of the week, go ahead and average that number out. And that's going to be your true weight. Because again, from one day to the next, that number may change from anywhere to 1 to 4 pounds. And that's why we cannot just focus on the scale one day. We need to collect as much data as possible so that we can see what is actually working. So being too focused on the scale, it's definitely discouraging. So I want you to go ahead and start doing this so that you can see how your body changes. Now, the fourth mistake that you may be making is that you're being too restrictive. Okay, hear me out. By you being too restrictive, I mean that you sat down and said, I am going to go ahead and go all in. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to start working out every single day. I don't care what happens. I'm going to go all in, and I'm only going to go ahead and eat clean. When you say that, you are giving up the foods that you truly love. So you're giving up the bread, you're giving up the pupusas, you're giving up the conchas, you're giving up the pasta, you're giving up all like the ice cream, the pizza, the tacos, like all this delicious food. Girl, if you do that from one day to the next, you're gonna lose your mind and you're not going to be happy. I've tried that before. It does not work. So remember to practice portion control, to be balanced, to find what that balance looks like. If you normally, let's say on a Friday night, your family always orders pizza, and so you normally eat like 3 slices of pizza, the breadsticks and some of the wings, then maybe bringing it down to one slice and then like a breadstick, and make yourself a side salad or something like that. That right there is a huge improvement. So you're enjoying the food, but you're also trying your best to change those behaviors and make it a little bit healthier for yourself. So like if you normally go out to eat and then you order like the fried chicken, go ahead and swap that out for some grilled chicken. Ask them to give you the sauces on the side to save on some additional calories there. We're thinking that overnight you're only going to eat some chicken, broccoli, and some sweet potato. You're not going to stick with it for the long haul. So just remember, what's important is that you really stick with this and that you actually make a lifestyle change. And lastly, mistake number 5 that I see a lot is that you are not incorporating enough physical activity, or it just may not be enjoyable for you. So I can tell you that strength training is huge because you are building muscle, because you are getting a lot stronger. It's really going to help with your body composition. However, there are different seasons of your life. Like for me, this particular season of my life, I'm not focused on building muscle right now. I just want to stay active. I want to be sure that I am working out at least 3 times a week, getting some good sweat in, and also achieving a step goal to really stay as active as possible. Motherhood, balancing things around the house, it's hard. So right now, what I can do mentally is that. Now you just need to take a step back and see what is something that's enjoyable for you. Whether that is for you to work out 3 times a week and join like a class, go to Pilates, go to cycling, do a home workout, whatever the case may be, but start being consistent with that. Now, if you're someone that is not working out at all right now, and then you just want to start working out 7 days a week, slow down a second. Make this something that you know you're going to stick to, something realistic for yourself, whether that's twice a week or 3 times a week. And then once you start really staying consistent with that, if you want to add an additional workout in, by all means, go ahead. But what's most important here, you are showing up for yourself, showing up for those commitments that you're making to yourself. Your trust, your level of trust, you are just going to feel so good about yourself and start believing that you can do more. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you are making any of these mistakes right now, just take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. Start focusing on one thing and then start adding some additional layers. You're gonna be fine. I promise you, this new year is going to be your year where you actually start reaching those fitness goals, and I'm gonna be here to support you as much as I possibly can. But I'm sending you guys so much love, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of these great and amazing videos. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye guys.